Go ahead,
Hi,
Tony.
hi, I'm
Thank you.
Tony. I joined the final project 7 weeks ago to basically work with class 14 on their final project on the application that Daniel just showcased. It was a really interesting journey. The beginning, we were a big team trying to work together, and I guess that after 1 week or 2 weeks, we really started going full speed. I was pleasantly surprised by the progress that the team has shown. Student, like they have shown so much progress so early that there was a point in time where I couldn't keep up with making new issues. They were like basically wanting to do more work, which is I think a very very good place to find yourself in, because then you can be very very creative. The application we were trying to build is something that HackYourFuture is going to use in the future, which is I think really really cool thing, and it's going to stay in house. We unfortunately didn't really have the time to finish it completely. We have it, rough shape, but it's it's a huge app, and it's something that we'll have to iterate with in the future. So yeah, it has been a actually I think it was 8 long weeks. Unfortunately, all online due to the COVID situation. So I didn't have a chance to meet students in person. I'm kind of sad for that, but maybe in the future. So yeah, I would definitely like to do that sometime soon. Uh, so yeah, that was my experience was pretty good. Like I said, at some point I was very impressed with a lot of work that they put in. So I only have kudos to say, and congratulate yourself because you did an amazing job. So yeah, so that's kind of my outlook on the whole thing. With this, I return the word to you, Danielle. If you can't hear me, I'll type it out.
Yes. Well, I cannot hear you on my computer, but I have the backup here. That
All
was
right.
a little bit of a strange, but thank you for your input. And as you can see, um, this class is we don't have a physical picture of this class. This class was a class that started online, and that's why you see here the 12 people. I'm going to give the word to Pallavi. That is our first student to present. Pallavi, I'm going to give you the
Yeah,
presentation power.
yeah. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Give me a second. Okay, you're now the presenter.
Yeah.
So now you could share.
Yes. Can you see it now? Can you see it, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm Pallavi. I'm from India. I have been here like 2 years almost. I have done masters in geography. I'm doing freelancing UX UI design like 1.5 year. So in IT industry, I'm a complete newcomer. I didn't have any, sort of experience, but now I'm here. So long way to go, but I'm very happy that I took this decision, and now I'm part of this Happy Future community. I'm very proud of. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you about our wireframing part, and this is like a skeleton that you have in your mind, that what kind of app you gonna make, or what will be the user. So this top right picture is saying the sort of things, and it's a very good explanation what is wireframing and what we need it. So our wireframing for our app, we designed it in Figma, and you can draw it as your own, like in top right picture that you can see. You can draw it with the sketch, sketch it how many buttons you need, how many layouts you need, or you can use this kind of tools like Adobe Illustrator, Sketch, and Figma. So our final project, we used Figma. Yeah. So this is the wireframing, and this thing is did by our one of our alumni, Priyanka. She did a great job, and these colors that we choose for our app, and this kind of layouts that we made for our app, she made it, and based on this, and we make this app for real. So this is the basic thing, and there is so many lots of layouts she made, and yeah, you just look at in your phone if you open this app, but you need your Slack ID first, so you have to be Hacker Future community, then you can open this app in your phone or from your desktop. So yeah, and yeah, fun part, throughout this journey I had so many fun part, because my friends were there, and my mentors and their supports there was. And basically I would like to mention the bug fixing that I did, and it took a long day. Just a small bug was in my code, and after that, yeah, I pat my back that yeah, you did a great job and you fixed the bug, and that was fun. And being online, it was not bad, because you can join your class or meetings with your pajamas. So yeah, in 2020, that was a kind of new normal thing in online session. We started online, where we are finishing it online. Yeah, and I would like to thanks whole my community in HackYourFuture, and all of my friends and their support, and we know us HackYourFuture in many ways. But yeah, hopefully this app will help HackYourFuture, and they will remember us when they will use it in future. Yeah, thank you so much. Love you all, and my friends will explain some other tools as well. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Pallavi. I will pass to John now. And John, I hope that you're with us.
Yes, I'm here. Yes. Um,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. You can start.
One.
John,
Yeah.
can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Yeah, you can start whenever you want.
Okay. Good. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today to our graduations. I'm John Aku Ayunga Ojong. I'm from Cameroon, and I've lived in Denmark for 10 years. I have a bachelor's in a master's in a bachelor and master's in social sciences, and I'm very curious about programming. Today, I'll be talking about our project architecture and the boilerplate. So, in our project, we mainly use technologies such as React.js, which is extremely fast and has a good user experience. Node.js, which was very simple to use to build our APIs, and also we use MySQL, which was since that is very easy to switch to any database technology that has a SQL. Based on this schema regarding the architecture of our application, our app was built in such a way where the user sees the front end, which was done by React, and the user requests data through this front end. This front end connects with the API endpoints built by Node.js to request that data. Node.js will now query data from MySQL database and send the results back to the front end. Talking about the boilerplate, we used the boilerplate which was cloned from HackYourFuture repository. It's called the Web Dev Rooms, and this boilerplate it's reusable with little or no operations. Advantages of using this boilerplate is because it was time saving.
John, the slides are not moving. You're not moving the slides. You're doing great, but
I'm moving here.
Your slide.
I'm moving it right there in front of me.
Yeah, but then maybe you need to share it again. Maybe stop sharing and start sharing again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. There you are, Manishi. What's new?
Secret club. Oh no!
Ooh, I always wanted to be in a secret club. Can I join, please?
You can't join, Daddy, because you are grown up.
I'm sorry, but we need to have microphones muted.
You have to know them.
And we can do it. We can mute the microphones, but you have to be sure that you don't unmute them. Yeah, thank you. John, whenever you're ready.
Yep. I'll present it again. Yes. Can everyone see my slides?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'll continue from where I stopped, talking about the boilerplate of our application. It was cloned from HackYourFuture repository, and it's called the Web Dev Rooms. This boilerplate it's very reusable, and it needs little or no alterations in the code. Why is it important that we use this boilerplate? It's because it was very time saving for us, as we had to just go straight away into coding and tackling our issues, and it was very easy to understand, and we could find our way easily around the boilerplate. In this project, I learned a lot. I learned about collaboration and communication among my peers, my classmates, and also my mentors. I also learned new technologies and how to link them together so they can work easily. The fun part about this project is at the start, when I had errors and mesh conflicts, I was so scared, but I felt so happy and so fun when I felt so happy when I succeeded in solving these mesh conflicts and these errors. Also, when I had issues and I had to interpret them and break them into smaller parts to solve them, it was much fun for me, and I felt so excited doing that. I want to say thank you to everyone who has helped us and me in particular towards this journey. I want to thank my classmates, my mentors. I want to also thank Daniel. I want to thank Marie. I want to thank Benjamin specifically, and also Tony for your great work and efforts that you have put in this final project and in our journey throughout HackYourFuture. Thank you so much, and God bless us all. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, John. Great presentation. I'll give the word to Yuka now. You should be able to present, Yuka. Are you with us?
I was talking while I was muted.
Okay, welcome. You can share your screen.
Yes.
Yuka is all the way from talking to us from Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see your screen. You just need to present the slides now, to share the slides, yeah, in presenter mode, and you're set to go.
So if my slide is not moving, just shut.
Yes, we will.
Okay. So hello everyone. My name is Yuka. I'm from Japan, and I've worked in travel agencies, and I have no background in IT or coding before I started my journey in Hack Your Future. I'd like to talk about Storybook. I didn't know what Storybook is until I started the final project. Storybook is a tool for developing UI components. How to use it is that once you build out a component, you can import your component and create various use case examples. This is actually what we worked on our final project. You can see many components on the left side, and each component has its own story. This makes it easier to see how the component looks like. Here is one example. We made a component for logo image. We also made a component only for register button, and we made another component for events text. Then these three small components combined together into one component, and it looks like this. Here you see those three small components are all in together. This is how we use Storybook. And Storybook is used for testing front end in isolation, not being dependent on back end. So you don't have to wait for endpoint to be ready. What I've learned from project is connection between front end and back end, of course about Storybook, and the most important thing is to communicate well with your colleagues. One day your code is working and the very next day it's not working anymore, and both ways you are not sure how it happened. But the fun part of the project was when my tasks were merged into project and I could see it really working on the server. Sometimes programming was way too complicated and I wondered if it was possible for me to make it. But thanks to the classmates, class 14, and study group by Zendesk, Elastic, and also the help from alumni, mentors, and Tony, Daniel, Niels, Benjamin, Marie, Christopher, I could make it to today. And big thanks to my parents who are in Japan, and especially my dad who's watching right now. It's 2 a.m., 2 in the morning in Japan, but he stays up late. Thank you so much to Hack Your Future and all those who supported. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Yuka. Great presentation. And now,
I'm excited to have listeners all the way from Japan. It's a big privilege.
yes, it's quite cool. And now we have Deepti, right? Are you with us, Deepti?
You are muted. Yes.
Hello again.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'll just share my screen first.
Yes, you should be able to now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can see it. We can see ourselves.
Okay. Okay. So we start. Well, hello everyone. I'll be presenting now, and my name is Deepti Sharma. I have a master's in software engineering, and I've worked as a learning and consultant. And I'm from India. I moved to Denmark with my family in 2012, so a long time now. And I like to read fiction, travel, and watch thrillers. In this part of the presentation, I'll be talking about the front end for our project that we developed using React. React is a JavaScript library that can be used to develop user interfaces or UIs that we call. It can be used to create single page applications or mobile applications, and then, of course, complex applications as well by including additional libraries. For our project, like Yuka was explaining about the components in Storybooks, we organized our project's front end in components and containers. So on left hand side, all the components for our project are listed. These are also called presentational components or DOM components because they are actually for physical appearance. They don't actually do anything. And these could be like a button or a header or a footer, drop down, input. So all these are like small individual components. And then on the right hand side, we have a list of all the containers, which are also called smart components. And these are basically the group of all these components being included in them. And these are dynamic and interactive. To further clarify, I've just picked an example of a button component from our project. So a single snippet of code can display a button as a submit active one, a T active one, and then as a registration or a cancel registration button. And that component can be used in different containers for registering spot or in our study groups page and a lot more. So that's how we used components in different web pages all over again and again. My learnings from this project is foremost how to categorize something as a component and container. And then I learned new tools like Storybook or Swagger. And then I think this project really helped me to understand the flow between front end, back end, databases, how everything is actually connected and work in real life. Well, we did it with a lot of teamwork, a lot of online teamwork as well, and then living a programmer's life, which is like coding all the time, which actually happens. And when we were working through the project, I think each one of us felt that. Fun stuff about me would be Git merges. I'm an expert in Git merge. I'm kidding. But like I got so many Git merge conflicts that when I was not getting them, I was actually questioning have I coded right because I didn't get any merge this time. And then there's a special software development process that when you get an error and you can't fix it, then there's a crisis of confidence and you think your career is over and your life is over. You can't have a programming life. And then you realize that I've just typed a small e instead of a capital E. So that was a story for me. Like there was an error I fixed for like 2 hours and there was just a typo. In the end, I want to thank you, whole HYF community. Like each and every one. There are a lot of names. I can't name all of them, but really appreciate what all you guys are doing. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Deepti. Great presentation. Thank you very much. And now we have Maher. Can you hear us, Maher?
Yes, I can hear you, and I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can.
Yes, perfect.
You should be able to share your screen now.
Yes. Can you see my screen now?
No, not yet.
No, just the artists. We can only see the artists. Snowman.
Daniel, you can share because that's
Yes.
not on my computer.
Yes, that's fine. I will do it.
Yes.
A collaborative snowman. That's exactly in the spirit.
Maher, just let me know when you need to change the slide. You should be
Yes.
able to see it, right?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining in our graduation. My name is Maher. I'm from Syria. I have been in Denmark 6 years, and I have a background in accounting from my homeland. In Denmark, I got web udvikler education from Web IT school in Aarhus. Next slide. Yes, today I will talk about backend part in our project. But first, let me tell you about backend in general. That's works. When the client side, the user send a request from a browser to do something to create to get data from database. So it sends request from browser to server that's have APIs, and there's something in APIs happened as the process in the API is working, and if the request success, so it will get back a response from database to the client side and show the data that's requested. And in our project, we have an example here to create an event that we have made API's function to create a database using clicks to give some info to create database, and we have used this function from controller in the router by using post method to create this event. And then when if the request if the request will success, so it will return to it will recreate the event in the database successfully. The next slide. Daniel? Yes. In this project and in general in the HackYourFuture, we have learned a lot of things. Programming, coding in Node.js, Express.js, creating APIs and database queries using Knicks. And also, of course, we have learned the front-end part as React. And the next slide. Yes. The fun stuff is because we get a lot of conflicts, and we could manage and solve those problems. I think we get experience to solve the problems also in the real life. So I think we are experts in the conflict management and problem solving now. Yes, and in the end, I will say thank you very much for HackYourFuture, for all mentors, for all classmates, and who support us in our journey in HackYourFuture. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Maher.
Yes.
Great presentation. And you handled it very well with this dynamic. Yeah. And now it's time to hear Yasser.
Yeah, I'm ready here.
You're here already? Let me give you the presenter, make you a presenter. You should be able to present now.
Share screen. It's coming. My screen is coming. Hi, everyone. My name is Yasser Al-Damad. I came from Syria in 2015, and my background as an English teacher. Coding became one of my favorite hobbies. For the time being, I'm so keen to learn the code. I'm going to talk about the Swagger. That was one of the tools that we worked with the project. You can see in the last line, you can see it as in the name of the Swagger and the logo for it. Now we're going to talk about Swagger. Swagger is a part of the back end. It works hand in hand with Node.js and database. It deals with server and seeds in database. Actually, it documents and authenticates the endpoint in the back end. Swagger is a tool to test and document the functionality and performance of the code, information, and the process in both front end and back end. The main goal of using Swagger is to make sure the clients get the documented data that matches their request. And why would you use Swagger? Actually, as you see, it helps in documenting APIs. It allows connections directly to live APIs through an interactive HTML based user interface. And also, it's helpful interacting with other APIs. Swagger support over than 50 different languages and formats for client generation. And in the end, but its help in developing APIs. It's used to automatically generate an open API document based on the code itself. And to make it easier for you, here is an example. This example is divided into three pictures or photos, starting from the top with number 1 on the left. As you see, Swagger is, as it's about in the Node.js, it works with the routers and the controllers and the database. And we have to document through the authentication code. So we start with defining the file that we are working on, then with help of Express router, and then we include the controller. Then the Swagger starts. As you see in the code, which is in the authentication code, this is the node. You can see the type and you see the method and the type of the data that which is going to be shown to the client. And the end, you will see in the number 5 the method and the functionality that is going to be function. And in and this is all of that. We are still in the back end. Then we jump into the front end. In the picture number 2, we have to match with the back end by using authenticated fetch. So we started with fetching the APIs that we are going to talk about, and then presenting these to present these data, and then keep an eye on the code and keep requesting the code by putting in the listener part in the code as a fetch. And to make sure all of this come to work together, we have to authenticate and document this by Swagger. As you see in the picture number 3, from the top in the left, we have the method get the skills. Then we have to execute the code by making sure that the data that is come from the back from the data in a JSON file. And when you make sure that you got number 2, you got the right API, you have to get the right and authenticated and documented the data or information in the database. And this is a general idea how it works, but it's not easy to deal with, especially when you jump from back to front and then you have to authenticate all these. What I have learned through the program, it's actually so much knowledge to handle. For example, I learned how to obtain required skills to cope with the field, applying methods, utilizing different approaches, address the issue. How to address the issue, it was the most important things as for people not to specialize in IT, and how to cooperate and collaborate with others. And with the 2020, you have to cooperate and collaborate and work in office and remotely. And in the end, I try to cope up with the skills of coding and time management. All of this is like a big package and one package to have to deal with. And the funny things that I found myself in a pool of information. I didn't find any way how to absorb all this amount of information. So I have to suck it and have to put it in my head just like this kid and make it work. And in the end, I would like to thank everyone who was helpful. And this community is an amazing community, which make you feel proud to be a part of it. And I would love after the graduation to be part of this community and pay back to the community as much as I can. And I hope everyone could participate in this community and work together. And thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Yasser. Great presentation.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, thank you for the words towards the community, of course. Yes. Didi, we love to hear your TV, but no, I made you a presenter. That's not the goal. So please don't present anything now.
But the next one is Nuha.
Yes. Now let's hear Nuha.
I'm here.
And you should be able to present now, Nuha.
Yes.
You have to tell us the name of those cartoons, Dini. Okay. Good luck, Nuha.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Nuha Najah. I'm from Iraq, and I'm IT engineer. Today, I will be talking about our user authentication. Our web application is a mix of public and the private pages. The private pages requires a user login. We use authentication to manage which users have access to the pages. So we have used the Slack API for user authentication. On the login page, as you've seen in wireframes that Pallavi presented, when the user click sign in with the Slack button, we will ask the users to approve the app to access their information and then send them to redirect URL to complete sign-in. If authenticated, the authentication server responds to the user with an access token. By exchanging the authorization code for an access token using the OAuth API authentication. And the access token, of course, should be secret and safe, just like the database information. What I learned in this project, the most important thing was for me is the teamwork. I think without the teamwork, we will not have this project. And I learned about Swagger. I learned about Storybook, which is an interesting UI tool. And of course, about user authentication. I think this is the fun part for me. Like if I didn't commit for 3 or 4 days, I was like this, waiting which conflicts I will have and how to solve these conflicts. And yes, I think this is the end of my journey in HackYourFuture as a student. And I would say big thanks to all the mentors in HackYourFuture and of course to Zendesk and Elastic mentors. They helped me a lot with all my questions and all the homeworks. Thank you all.
Thank you, Nuha. Great presentation.
Thank you.
And now we have Elias. How are you today, Elias?
I'm good. I'm ready to go.
I will make you a presenter.
Thank you.
You should be able to.
Giving the talk.
There's always a party on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can. Good luck.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, for your participation in this. And then I'm really and then how to remember years now.
Elias, the sound is quite bad, so maybe you can take the camera off.
Okay, let me try now.
Yeah.
it was the first time that I learned coding at HackYourFuture, but now I'm feeling very confident to be a developer. And then today I'm going to talk about database, which is the main part of our project. Yeah, database. Database is, we can say database is an organized collection of structured data to make it easily accessible, manageable, and update. For people like me, or like having the basic knowledge, and then we can easily elaborate like this, a simple library, like library structure, like what we see on the right side with this picture, and then database. And then we do build database using this basic tools, my SQL, which is the very basic, and then we do that like directly in my SQL workbench. And then in this project we use Knex, which was like very new for me. And then I was told that, was it like the COVID when I see that the first time, but it wasn't. It was the other way around. And then in Knex, we build a database using Knex.js, and then we use JavaScript functions to build the database. And then we have two main elements to build database using Knex.js. And then this migration is nothing but just to build tables, which is having that two functions like up and down functions. The up function do build the database, and then the down function clears the database. Every time we run the database syntaxes, and then the down function clears the database, and then the up function builds up again. This is also the seeding. Seeding is also nothing but just putting data inside the database. Yeah, these are the main syntax where we run the database. And then the first is like npm run db clean, which is we clean all the library in order to put new stuffs or new elements. And then we run this npm run db setup, and then we finally get this like that. And this is normal a table, which is built by the migration syntax functions, and then these elements or these rows are the seeding or the status we put inside the database. In our project, we have this, we have a database look like this, and then this is quite this is the database structure we had in the starting. But the funny thing is that database can be updated anytime as long as you need, and then you want to change it. And then we had this structure on the beginning, like we had 15 tables, but some of us were not happy with 2 tables, which is event students and then event mentors, and then everyone need changes, and then that's why we changed it to this, and then finally everyone got happy. And then the fun part of this project or this journey was, for me, like googling 24/7 was fun for me, and there was a lot of fun. And then I also get coding and coffee addiction because of learning web development. And then the very fun was like the PR. If I get the PR, my PR is approved in my project, and then that's super funny. On the right side, you can see that. And then I have learned a lot of things from this project, especially at the end. And then the most was like teamwork between colleagues, and then as we can see, and then teamwork, and the remote working remotely because of the COVID, and then fixes issues and bugs. I also learned new way of building database, which is Knex. And then I also learned new tools like Storybook, which is my colleague Yuka had told us about that, and then Swagger also taught by Yasser. And then finally, I would like to say many thanks to HackYourFuture All mentors, Zendesk and Elastic study groups, classmates, and senior students, and generally all those who made this day happen. Thank you, everyone, for this day.
Yeah, thank you, Elias. Great presentation.
Thank
I
you.
hope you had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we have Anil.
Yes, I'm here.
Make a presenter out of Anil. You should be able to present now. Yes, we can see the screen. Yes. All good.
Welcome
Good luck.
everyone. Thank you. Welcome everyone to this graduation. I am Anil Kumar Mola from India, living in Denmark for the past 5 years. I have a I have a master's in software engineering from India. I work in a warehouse. Today I am here to present on app deployment in our project. Before I jump onto that, I would like to speak on what I have learned in this project and this this entire full stack web development course. I have learned all these technologies which are React, Storybook, Swagger, Webpack, and backend tools like Node.js, Next, and MySQL. And the most important, JavaScript, the leading powerful language in the world. This is my topic, app deployment on Heroku. Once the project is developed as per the prototype, it is built, deployed, and proceeded to testing. Here comes Heroku. Heroku is a platform as a service that enables developers to build, run, and operate applications entirely in the cloud. Heroku is a very user-friendly. Almost everything is using button clicks like connecting to GitHub repo, deploying a branch, looking at logs, and so on. But the key part is providing .env. .env are the environment variables which we have used in our project. Here is a screenshot from Heroku for supplying .env to the application. This is like a key value pair. We have to copy all the key values carefully from .env. That's it. Our application is ready to run over the web as equally as it runs in the local machine. But I have faced difficulty and spent hours in understanding the behavior of Webpack because it is the key for building the project. We have used client authentication in the front end. They must be kept secret and should not be exposed in the code. Here I found that front-end React is not reading a .env from Heroku. We have to explicitly map these in the Webpack. And finally, I would like to thank HackYourFuture for giving this opportunity to learn more advanced technologies. I would like to thank all the mentors from HackYourFuture, Zendesk, and Elastic, and my fellow classmates from Class 14. I would like to thank Christopher, Murray, Benjamin, and Daniel for their dedicated efforts for running this coding school. Last but not least, I am thankful to my family for allowing me to work on Sunday. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Anil. Great presentation. And now we have Praveen.
Yes.
Yes, Praveen, how are you?
Good.
Yes. You should be able to present now. Yes, good luck.
Thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. We see the slideshow.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Praveen, and I'm from Nepal. I have been living in Denmark since 2016. I have completed my bachelor's in communication. I have past experience with graphic design and WordPress. Today, I will be talking about Storybook deploying to Netlify. Storybook is an open source tool for developing UI components, and Netlify is an amazing hosting platform that gives us continuous deployment. We want to deploy because we have lots of components that can be documented and reviewed. So deploying help us to go live, to preview the components and get feedback about the components. This is how we have done deployment. First, we have a little bit nervous. Okay. First, we have this installed build Storybook script in our packagation file, then running npm run build Storybook command in our terminal, and it will generate Storybook static in our folder, and that when committing it and pushing it in GitHub, it is ready to deploy. Netlify can be logging with GitHub, and in build setting, we only have to change two things. Publish directory should be chosen with Storybook static, and build command is npm run build command. Once deployment is finished, it will give us new URL, and that can go online. I have learned importance of teamwork, self-learning and research, and I have also experienced working remotely. Fun part is that whenever we get chance to meet in HackYourFuture physically in the class, and also the fun part of project is solving issues. And I have found this piece of code, and I'm confident now that I can understand it very well. Thank you very much. Thank you, mentors and teachers. Thank you, study group. Thank you, my friends, and thank you very much, HackYourFuture family. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Praveen. That's a nice function that you have, that you leave us with. Yeah, and before our break, we still have Daxia's presentation.
Yes.
Yes.
Here.
How are you?
All good.
All good. Yes, I'm gonna make a presenter out of Daxia's. You should be able to share. Our artists are eager to paint the screen.
Almost like a little fight on the screen.
Yeah.
You can see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
We can.
Not from the fun part. Okay. My name is Datios. I'm from Ethiopia. I studied telecom engineering in Sweden, and I've been in Denmark for about 8 years now. And my hobby is I enjoy playing and watching football. I love football. And today I'm going to present about collaboration, how we have been collaborating, and what tools we have been using to collaborate and finish the project. And the first one that I'm going to start is with Slack. Yes?
Your presentation disappeared.
Okay.
I know why. Because I was muting Praveen and I gave him the presentation back. So it's actually my fault. if you can share again, Daxis, and I'm sorry for the...
No problem, no problem.
Thank you.
Should I start from the beginning or?
No, you can
Okay.
just resume it was just now.
Okay. And I'm going to start talking about Slack. It's one of the tools that we have been using to communicate. It's a chat room created to communicate both as a group and a personal one-to-one communication. And we've been using this as a group through channels or privately via direct messaging. It's an awesome tool to help you organize. And the next one is Git. And Git is a way of sending a code to a centralized data code bases like GitHub. And we have been using Git the whole time through the course to push our assignments. But during the project, we have been working as a team, which means separate branches can make edits to the same line in a file, and that brings a conflict. And we've been working together to solve those kind of conflicts, and it gives us sometimes a nightmare, but it was fine at the end. And from the picture that you can see, I mean, now from now on, if there is a fire in the apartment, I'm not gonna leave without pushing conflict, a branch or something. And the next one is GitHub. GitHub, it provides a web-based graphical interface that works on top of Git. I mean, Git and GitHub work together to give it a better workflow. And it can also treat it as a social platform to share knowledge and work. And that's where we are posting our project. And it's a place where we are getting feedbacks from our mentors and classmates. And it's a great collaboration platform. And it's really a nice thing to learn from this from the whole time in this course. And what I learned from this project is it's breaking up complex tasks into parts and steps, creativity and learning, how to resolve conflicts, and teamwork. It usually prevails success, and we've been a really good team the whole time. And the fun part is we started and finished in a lockdown. I mean, I think we are the first one to do that in HackYourFuture. And during this time, and other people probably using this lockdown to chill, Netflix and do other fun stuff. But we were like, are you able to see my screen? Can you hear me? Am I audible now? And those are the challenges we've been facing. But we really managed to do it. And finally, I just want to say thank you to everyone who really makes this thing happen. HackYourFuture, you guys are the best. I just want to say thank you to all mentors and study groups, and finally to my classmates. We have did really good job, and I'm proud of you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Daxius. And as you can see, we're going to have a 5-minute break. And then we'll have the presentation.
Demo.
The demo, exactly.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Nice t-shirt.
Oh yeah. This is our community. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna share the screen. Yes. Yeah, I think yeah. My name is Jean-Claude. and I'm from Rwanda. I have bachelor in PTI, means Product Development and Integration Technology. My free time, I like to go in the gym, play game, online game, also watch movies sometime. So it's me who's going to present the demo, which is like the big work we did. Yeah. What did we do? What did we build? Is an app to facilitate the planning and the booking of available time slots. And yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, to facilitate our available time slot, and this app will help staff and students and volunteer to be on track without spending too much time or a student losing a good opportunity. And this is the demo. I will have to switch the screen. Can you see?
Yes, we can.
Yes, good. This is our demo, and we hosted our app in Heroku as our classmate was explaining. So here we have we made a test before we make sure that everything is working. We are able to log in like as user. You can, if you're a student, you can click as a student and sign up. Here we'll be able to make a student, and also a mentor can also create a mentor, make enter your name, and because we are working with the two company so far, which help our community, Hack Your Future, is Elastic and Zendesk. You can choose if you are mentor from Hack Your Future or if you are mentor from Elastic or Zendesk. This is overview for what we built. Also, if you are admin, you will be able to see the event or create the event. So we can maybe create one student, for example, to show that it's working. Let's take the name. I can maybe say Jean-Claude as an example, and choose class, class 14, and submit. And here shows that have been have been registered. So if we go back and yeah, this is me welcoming me. If you log out and we be able to see my name. So Claude. Yeah, there's Jean-Claude here. Yeah. This is a big success to make work if you're a student. You can also choose the event and join the event. Here it is the one example. This is my colleague called Deepti. She signed up for this event, and also you can see more events. If you click down here, you will be able to see the different events. You can choose to register one, and also if you are, for example, mentor, can also this is the profile for the mentor, or the page for the mentor. You can see this mentor is from Elastic. This was just an example we used it to create, show as a demo. And here there's the skills this mentor have is the JavaScript, Node.js, React, and MySQL. And yeah, you can see it's also from Europe. And yeah, this is the page for the momentum. And we can also look back to admin. Here we created one demo for the admin. The admin has much power. Can create the event, see the event, be able to edit it, and also cancel the event. This is so far what we did. We are still improving our app to reach in our level that we are happy for it. And so far, this was amazing project we built. So that was a short presentation for the demo. Now is my time to present my other stuff.
Jean-Claude, we have a request here from Zaki to see the app in could you using the developer tools show the app in mobile first?
Oh,
The demo
can you hear well? Sorry.
If you go back to the demo that you were to the demo tab to the web dev, could you resize it to mobile so we can see how it looks?
On the mobile side, yes.
Yeah,
of course. Should I put side? Let's use iPhone maybe 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this is how it look on a phone. Also, yeah, can see is this morning, and we also have this over. This is overview how the in a phone working. This is how the profile for student, an example, and we make it happen to make it response, and it was so amazing and challenging at the same time. But we learn a lot and we achieve it, and we are happy. Amazing also. Yeah. Should I continue or they have a question?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think it was very good. I'm very happy to see that we could demo your work. So, but yes, please continue. Don't stop now.
Thanks. Yeah, waiting to continue the presentation is loading. No, this one. Yes, yeah. So what I learned in this project, I improved my professional and personal skills. Professional skills is what I gained was coding and also read and debug others' code, other friend code. And the personal personal skills again is improving problem-solving skills and self-confidence and self-motivation. This project was really need self-motivation for sure. I improved the already known tools and I learned new ones such as Storybooks and Kinects and Git and Swagger. So how did we do it? Well, we was patching ahead the keyboard is how to make it work. No, I'm joking. Through hard work and collaboration was the good way to make it through, and also to make to review others other colleague PRs. My fun part was trying to fix bugs and I couldn't sleep for the first time, and I was really stay awake, try to figure out how can do this, and stay all night without be able to sleep. That was amazing. And my fun part was I was so kind of stressed, and my girlfriend asked me like, "What happened?" And they said that we have a conflict. I say, "What happened? Is in your group or is what is going on?" I say, "No, no, no. It's not in our group. It's just it's a PR. It's our get together conflict." So I was joking and tried to explain while I was reading. It was a fun moment. Yeah. I would like to thank Hack Your Future and my classmates and my mentors. They were really amazing people, and it was really amazing moment. We had fun, and thank you so much. I don't know what to say. Just thank you. Yeah.
No.
Yes, thank you, Jean-Claude. That was amazing. And again, amazing to see it live. And talking about having it live, there's still a few things to finish in the app. There's always improvements. Jean-Claude, actually, it was Jean-Claude that started the conversation about finishing up and improving the app. So after this project, there will be a task force, and Tony has volunteered to help out with that, so we can actually have it and use it at HackYourFuture. So thank you and good luck with that next adventure, or with the continuity of the app, of the good work. Yes, and congratulations, everyone.
Yes. There will be a little bit time now for Q&A. There was already one question from Ali about if he can see the demo online.
Yes, you can. Who wants to answer that? Well done.
Anyone in class with yes.
Yeah, it is possible to see it online. But as we say that we're still improving it, there will be some pages not ready, but we'll be able to see it, of course. As I showed, this is the link. Maybe I don't know if I can share inside the chat, but it's working. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Neil just shared it.
And we can post it in journal channel as well.
Yeah, that's it. What other questions do we have? Ricardo, please come forward. No, never. Orhan.
Ricardo, your name has been mentioned so many times. You have to ask a question now.
I just wrote on the chat that I was impressed with Christopher's ability to draw the Home Simpson. Yes, a question to anyone. I know I was in touch with a few students of this class. I think was Falabi was one of them. John, we went back and forth a few times. But a question to anyone. What was the most challenging and what was surprised you the most when you came into the first class of the final project? It must have been a surprise because it was a surprise for me when I did my final project. I would like to hear from anyone what was the most surprising and most challenging. Because there are some few caveats when you start a final project that only on the first class that you actually become aware of it.
Well, I can start. When I heard about this project, I was like, oh, that sounds cute. little app that we'll be making. And when we started working on it, it seems like unending, and I couldn't believe how much work goes into creating something like this. And of course, it's so not a little app. So yeah, I think in the beginning I just thought that it's a pretty, maybe simple thing to be designing.
Yeah, for me, I give a call Stefan because he just graduated, and I asked him that how we gonna do it. I mean, how it's possible? And he said, relax, just faith on Daniel, Mary, and Tony. Have a faith on yourself as well, and you're gonna make it. So yeah, that was little bit scary part, but after that we did it. Yeah.
Hello.
Go ahead, John.
Yes. What was very shocking for me as well when we started the final project was when we're building the migration table and the seats. Since I am from class 13, we didn't use that when we were building the mail sharing app. So when we were supposed to use the Kinect.js, I was so confused. I was like, okay, what's Kinect.js? But after a while, I found my way around it, and I discovered that it's very, very easy to use and very, very straightforward. And I really liked it so much. Yeah, that was the shock I had, that I could get out of it so easily.
Yeah. Thank you for the comments, for the questions, for the answers. Anyone else? Okay. Should we then continue?
Yes. I will move on to my own camera here. We are double up in HackYourFuture, Daniel and I together. We are a little bit over time, but I'll just do like I think it's like little talk about the journey that that you have been on, class 14. You're also welcome to put on your pictures if you want, then I can feel like I'm talking to you, but only if you think the internet can handle it. I think it's not the right slide, Daniel. I would like to start on this slide. But it's maybe not there in your press. Just a second, we just need to align our two screens here.
What is that now?
91. It's a long slideshow we've been through here. So promise that it's not so much longer. Now is the light part. Here we go. Thanks a lot for the presentation. It was amazing to see class 14, really, really great. And I'm so excited to at one point be able to use the app that you built. And yes, I want to start here, March 29th, when your class started. It's a long time ago, and like been mentioned, it was under the lockdown, and it was the first time that we have to begin a class in HackYourFuture on the lockdown. It's been a great journey. Your class have exactly defined the new normal, like Palabi also mentioned. Everybody has gotten used to everything being online during COVID-19, and you have really mastered it. We can see that as well on your presentations today. Things run super smoothly. It's really nice to see. It's been a lot of online, and we don't even have a group photo of you in person, even though we have actually been together in person during the summer. So I'm a little bit sad about that for this presentation. We have saved, like, we have some hugs and good photos, group photos to take later on. I'm looking forward to that. Yes. To say a little bit about your class, how I have experienced it from the sideline, not being your mentor, but just following the group. You've been really like an easygoing class, but also very hardworking. I see like there's so much commitment and effort in the way you work together. Even though, like, I know from myself during COVID, you can easily lose motivation sitting at home, and maybe you also know someone who has been sick. So there's been a lot of things to disturb you, but you've just kept going. Of course, a few of your classmates have dropped down to another class during this time, but I can see that you've supported each other, and you have been like a strong group. And that's been amazing to see, and you've not like lost the good mood or the good community feeling, even though you've been so much online. I also know that some of you have been dealing with maybe your family having a hard time in the country of origin, like because of COVID or because of some conflict. And I just want to know that we are all here to support you all the time, and I think that's your class is a good example of that. That you make it work despite whatever happens. So your web developer journey continues, and I just want to bring like a few highlights for the months you've been here with us. You took part in a great COVID hackathon that Benjamin planned in the spring. It was very exciting, I think, for everyone to be part of this, where we worked in groups across all classes in HackYourFuture and with mentors as well. And more lately, some of you were part of this game, Joy game in December. Even though you had the final project on the side, you found energy to also work on that. And I also had the pleasure of working with some of you there. And of course, lots of online events. So many of our tech partners have been hosting online events. For example, Visma with the UX workshop, and Elastic has been doing workshops. Some also on the more like soft side. So Nathan, one of our mentors, made a workshop about how to avoid burnout, which can be really relevant to know something about. And so he has taught you how to do clean code. So in that sense, it's been an active year, just in a very different way from what we're used to. But yeah, we're getting used to it. And let's see how long it continues. You have at least set like the path for how to do it well for the classes to come after you. And I think what really sticks to this presentation of today is, of course, all the online study groups with Zendesk and Elastic. You've all mentioned it. You only know the study groups in the online version before, we would go to companies. But the good thing about this is that, it makes it much more flexible to have it online. You get more, like even more individual feedback from the mentors in Zendesk and Elastic. And I think we cannot thank them enough for this. And now you have also contributed to making it kind of easier to administrate from both the company side and from the student side, and also from the staff team side. And we're looking forward to using it at one point. So yeah, thanks Zendesk and Elastic. So here we are, your big day, your graduation day. It's very exciting. And yeah, you really deserved to be here and be ready to go and start your web developer careers, because yes, you are web developers now. And we are very excited to see where you go from now. We see you now as HackYourFuture's ambassadors, because you've been taught by previous students and the effort they have put into the community, and we see that you will be able to contribute as well to this community. So you can kind of lay a path for current students. And like I said before, you're already expert in these like online setup, so that we can probably need some help with for new students. Yes, this one you have seen and heard, maybe almost a little bit tired of it, but you are part of a community and you have made this community. It's what we're all about. And yeah, what you have achieved today also have a meaning for the students that are listening and watching your presentation, because one day it's going to be their turn. Yeah. So one of you also mentioned it's a goodbye as HackYourFuture student, but we don't see this day as a goodbye at all. We expect to be much more in touch, and at least very soon you will hear messages from Daniel about job search, CVs, job ads. So if you in a few days miss a little bit of Slack communication with Daniel, don't worry, he'll be there very soon again. But like somebody wrote in the chat, now you have a little bit of a chance to breathe. We will allow you to breathe, and then we'll be back. So this is of course a very yeah, it doesn't really serve the purpose. A picture of flowers. We would have loved to be with you today and celebrate with nice food, flowers, certificates. We promise we will create another opportunity for this whenever possible. But I just want to send energy here from the little office that Daniel and I are sitting in, and say we hope you can celebrate at home, and we are looking forward to celebrate another day with you. Yeah, let's see when. Who knows, at that time, we might be able to celebrate some of your first job and internship achievements. We hope and believe so. There is already an internship. I just heard from Daniel today. Congratulations, Nuha. Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's all for now. We don't have anything more planned. Of course, we just have the important last slides of companies that have hired students before you, and maybe we'll hire you one day in the future. Our supporters, both the foundation, the AP Møllerske Støttefond, who makes all this possible, but also our great partner company partners of Zendesk, Moonin Data, SiteImprove, Elastic, Coda, Peneo, and more. So yeah, thanks for making that possible. And yeah, have a nice day, everyone, or evening, I guess it is now. Daniel and I will stick around for a little bit if somebody want to chat in here, and congratulate each other. But the official presentation is over, and thanks for everyone, yeah, joining and listening the whole time.